let's get this underway. And EE starting us off with the bans here. We will have to see what they go with. They go with a Templar Assassin, actually. So they definitely, it seems like they just don't like playing against a TA. Naga Siren is going to be banned out right away. And very fast bans, actually. Naga Siren, just one of those things that happens. Same thing with Nature's Prophet. They both are just banned because they are them. Lycan banned out as well. So we're seeing pretty much the same bans we've seen in the other two games. And nothing really surprising. All very powerful heroes. Nothing that shocks me. So we will have to see what kind of picks they go with. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen a Chaos Knight ban. Chaos Knight, even though he struggled in the game last game, still managed to work some magic. So, and he just like Franny is a very talented Chaos Knight. He's got a good sense of when he should pop Phantasm and stuff like that. Going into a bit of reserve time here, though, for this last ban. It's going to be a Dark Seer. Another one of those that I'm not really all that shocked to see. He's got a ton of team fight. And we even saw last game, he was part of the reason why PTC did as well as they did. They did a very good job. I noticed that a couple of them hopped into the stream. I don't know if they're still watching, but hey, you guys played well. And I'm fairly impressed. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you more. I hope to see you on Saturday, where I will also be casting and streaming. So stay tuned. Subscribe to my Twitch. Subscribe to my YouTube. But we get a Rubik first pick. Rubik is just one of those. He's such a powerful. He's such a powerful hero. Telekinesis and Fade Bolt are hugely powerful. Null Field is one of the greatest passives, I think, in this game, because it's a magic. It's basically almost a hood for your, like, it's half a hood for your entire team. And you know, any kind of large team fight abilities that you want to pick up, you'll have to keep in mind that Rubik could also potentially grab them. We're going to see a Shadow Demon Leshrac. They're definitely going to be laning together. I'm kind of thinking probably in a tri-lane with some kind of hard carry. The Disruption will set up perfect Split Earths, and the Soul Catcher on top of that will amplify the pretty good damage of Split Earth already. They go with the Chaos Knight and Enigma. So that's going to give them some team fight. It'll give Franny that hero he just absolutely seems to love. Which I'm excited to see. I love watching Chaos Knight. The illusion army, so to speak. Although if we see maybe like an Earthshaker or something, that could cause some shenanigans with some Echo Slams. Echo Slam on top of all the illusions and like the Eidolons. Yeah, it could work. But we're gonna have to see what the third pick in response. Maybe they'll just pick up their carry right now, complete their tri-lane. Or they'll go for their like solo mid, or they long lane solo. I mean, Lone Druid's still available, Beastmaster is still available. I mean, if you don't pick, and if Beastmaster's not banned, you can definitely tell that Merrick's going to be picking that one up, because he just seems to absolutely love that. And eating into a bit of reserve time. So, I mean, if they want their solo mid, Invoker is still available. I guess Pudge, Zeus are not typical ones that you would see in a tournament game, but they are available, and who knows? Maybe, I know, like, NoN has somebody who's a really good Pudge or a really good Zeus. We'll have to see. Last time I saw Zeus in a professional game, well, in a tournament game, they actually ran like a cheesy global strat with an Ancient Apparition, Nature's Prophet, Zeus, and the idea was land an AA ult and then just the other two ults, drop them into the Shatter range, hopefully. Or they could go Windrunner, they could go Beastmaster, and they go with Queen of Pain. So there's their solo mid, most likely. Probably going to be going up against this Rubik Chaos Knight. They just seem to really love doing this dual mid on EE. And we're going to see a Brewmaster and then an Invoker. Brewmaster brings some good team fight to the table with the Primal Split. And then Invoker just brings everything. He brings all of the things. Deafening Blast, Chaos Meteor, EMP Tornado, Ice Wall, all of the crazy tricks. So no matter what you want to do, he's going to have something to bring to the table. And Bounty Hunter, again, I don't really know if I would see Bounty Hunter fitting in with this team. I suppose he could be a little bit of an awkward solo, but I mean, it just doesn't really seem to fit in. I don't think they would do a Bounty Hunter tri-lane. If anything, they would like do an anti-mage tri-lane, or maybe Morphling, Ricky even. I would expect Ricky before anything. And Enchantress with that... the band sounds are so frightening. But Enchantress gets banned out. I don't really see why, because they already have scooped up. I guess they could go in Enchantress and then do Enigma long lane, but I mean the Beastmaster made it through, so they're gonna probably pick up a Beastmaster, and then they're just trying to decide who they're gonna send solo mid. Invoker is gone. They could do a Windrunner, I suppose. That would also take away one of the solos that NoN wants to take up. They're actually to go with a Visage. This is really cool. I've yet to see Visage in an I have yet to cast Visage at all. So I'm actually pretty excited. Visage, very good dual lane, very good tri-lane hero as well. So we might see Enigma in the mid, and then we'll do a Chaos Knight Rubik Visage tri-lane, and then probably a Beastmaster on Merrick for the solo. I mean, he also can work in the Visage can work in a dual lane. He mostly just wants to not be solo because of the soul assumption. It is based entirely on when people deal damage. Anyone around him, allies, enemies, whatever, he gains charges and he does damage, 60 damage per soul charge, with up to a maximum of 6 with a 20 base damage. You can do 380 damage on a nuke. Windrunner is going to be picked up though by NoN here. Going to be a solo lane. I think I'm just going to call them No Name because NoN sounds weird. I guess I could call them No. Show my French side, but that's going to be their solo. So they really just need their carry. So a bit of thought being put in here. Do they really want to go with the Beastmaster? I mean, it's worked out really well for them so far. They're showing the power of that hero. You don't see Beastmaster often. And I would really like to. I think Axe is hugely powerful, and the Roar can be great for singling somebody out. And then his aura is just great for some push, especially when you've got already the Enigma Eidolons, the Chaos Knight Phantasms. So I think it would be a good pickup. Still. And we'll have to see. I mean, they've got 30 seconds to still think about this. Maybe they'll put Merrick on. I don't know if he can play Visage. I mean, I'm super excited for this still. The familiars are also hugely powerful. It'll allow them to layer even more stun. So they really seem to be fans of this kind of pushy lockdown CC team. I mean, they've got everyone they've picked up so far has some form of stun and a couple slows. Well, Visage has a slow, and they're actually doing it with a Sand King. So, what on earth are they gonna do here? Rubik mid with a Chaos Knight Visage Sand King tri-lane with Enigma in the solo. That's gonna be my call. And more than likely, they are looking to pick up they're going to just go with a Morphling. They're going to go with a hard carry. And now we just wait for everyone to pick up what they're going to be playing. And there's a pause right away. So we've got Merrick on the Enigma this time. Fuck Swag on the Chaos Knight. Interesting. Franny on that Sand King. Electropista on the Rubik. And AR on this Visage. And then the W. Boydie on the Windrunner. Nos on this Morphling. Creetret. Okay, on the Shadow Demon. Fanatics on the Leshrac. And Apollo on the Queen of Pain. And we're just sitting at a pause. The Windrunner disconnected. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. And I imagine, like, yeah, the Enigma's going to be in the solo, because Marek just, from the looks of it, plays their solos. That's just what he is, their solo player. Now, the real question, are they going to be doing a Chaos Knight Visage dual lane, or are they going to try for a tri lane? Because from the looks of it, Franny and Electropizda really like doing this dual mid lane. They really like to do it. They synergize well together. They might have been they're probably been playing together for quite some time. So we'll have to wait and see what they go with. I mean, the Visage works well in a dual lane. He does feel most at home in a tri lane, even though he gets nerfed on experience, because in a tri lane there tends to be so much hero damage flying around that he can just constantly spam Soul Assumption. It's got a reasonable mana cost. 170. So at level 1, it's basically more than half of his mana pool, but we'll have to see. I mean, he's not going to really struggle, at least. He shouldn't struggle in any of the lanes here. And as long as he gets a decently fast 6 and can get those familiars, doesn't feed the familiars, then the birds will be fine. Or in this case, the gargoyles. But Windrunner is back. Probably just a quick strategy session, and hopefully we will be unpaused. And there we go, asking if they're ready. And they just need 1 second. So they're asking why they didn't come say hi at Gamescom. So apparently these two know each other, which is actually kind of nice, because maybe we'll see a bit of friendly trash talk, and it might translate into a pretty good game, because it means they might know each other's styles. We'll be able to rack. They might be aware of each other's styles, and they'll be able to react accordingly, pick up items that will match it. And still sitting at the pause. And I'm actually kind of glad that we didn't really have huge gaps in the games. Last week when I streamed the Gosu qualifier on the Wednesday, we had like 45 minutes in between the games. And it was a little unfortunate. And now E needs a second. I guess someone's disconnecting or just AFK or something. So we will have to see. Yeah, it looks like Marek's disconnecting. Good old Mr. Internet. But yeah, he's always been very fast to reconnect. There he is. So I imagine we will be underway just a second here. And asking if they can go. Okay, now we are all good to go. So we'll have to see what kind of lanes actually come out of this. And they got a boar courier. Yeah. Speed demon. Both teams using some pretty awesome couriers. So looks like we're actually gonna have a tri-lane with Chaos Knight Visage Rubik with a Sand King solo, which I don't really mind. Gives him a very fast epicenter. And then Enigma in the mid. So everyone's kind of trading up roles here. It's good to see that EE's got a bit of flexibility then. You don't want to have a strategy, the exact same setup every single time. Otherwise, it leads into some, you're easily read, you're easily banned, countered with the lanes. Looks like we're also going to have a tri-lane with Shadow Demon Leshrac and the Morphling. That one was pretty straightforward. The Quap's going to be in the mid, and that leaves Windrunner to solo. It's pretty standard coming out of the Radiant team here. I'm kind of curious how this Enigma will hold up against a Quap. And Windrunner finds yourself in an early illusion. Just use it to scout out a little bit. Maybe, yeah, body block this pole camp here. And actually going to use them to tank the creep wave, delay the creep wave a little bit. Basically do a quasi block. Give a good lane setup here. So we got this try versus try down here, and this is always interesting because it always means that one of the try lanes, well, usually one of the try lanes ends up doing much better than the other, and that generally puts a huge kink in one team's strategies. We're going to see the Queen of Pain pinging up top here for some reason. And Chaos Knight taking a little bit of harass. And just denies all over the place. So neither carries. Morphling has yet to get a last hit. Chaos Knight's at least 3 and 2. This is not what you want. Needless to say. Morphling finally has one. Enigma's got his little Eidolon army going already. And I'm probably going to be keeping an eye on mostly on this. There is some pretty good kill potential in the both tri-lanes, actually. They both have some good stuns they can layer together. And some good burst. The Soul Catcher advantage could result in a slight lean towards the Radiant team, although Disruption in itself doesn't actually do damage, only the illusions it spawns. And just a little bit of some farm wars going. Chaos Knight off to a little bit of a lead. How about we got a 15 and 12 Enigma up against an 8 and 1 Queen of Pain. So very clear advantage for him. He's got the Eidolons and the conversion to help him deny there. We got a 13 and 2 up against a 13 and 6 Windrunner. So top lane looking pretty much even. I don't imagine either of them are really in danger of dying. They both have some good escape and some good mobility stuff. Sand King has the Sandstorm and the Burrow Strike, and then Wind Run on the Windrunner. So I'll mostly be keeping an eye on this mid lane, and primarily this dry lane. Queen of Pain pinging down here, maybe looking to do a bit of a gank. Who knows? But this Chaos Knight's basically got free reign. We're going to see a Radiant Ward being thrown down here. They did block this pull camp. They actually haven't done a pull yet. I guess things are sitting pretty much even. But it would be a good way to get a bit of a farm advantage going. Merrick's going to find himself in a haste rune. He's got his soul ring up. Queen of Pain's not doing quite as well. Windrunner going to bring herself her bottle. And Morphling manages to finish his Aquila. And we got 1,000 gold, actually, well, almost 1,200 gold saved up on this Chaos Knight. He's pooling gold like a boss. And just taking a bit of auto attacks. He's got himself some tangos still, so he's doing quite alright. And yeah, everything's... Oh, actually, Windrunner taking quite a bit of damage. Caustic Finale, Burrow Strike. You can just do so much burst with that. See what he's gonna do here is right-click everything and then just Burrow Strike through it. Well, it's what you can do if the hero's standing there. You auto attack everything a little bit, get everything a little low. We're actually gonna see Shadow Demon get the last hit on this Chaos Knight. Soul Catcher is on the Visage. He does have 3 soul, or well, had 4 soul charges. Sorry, I missed the first blood there. And Sand King actually needs to be really careful. Doing a Burrow Strike. Manages to pop his salve. He's got himself the workings of a Vanguard already. And some counter warding is going to be done here. They should be able to spot this one too. Malefice is going to be dropped. Black Hole is actually going to go down on the Windrunner here. Queen of Pain's going to come provide some support, and actually may get a kill here. Blink is up soon. Blink forward, and there you go. Scream's going to finish the Enigma off. The Sand King, unfortunately, wasn't able to really save anything. So a bit of an advantage coming out for No Name right away here. We've got a slight, actually 1,000 gold advantage for the Dire. That's mostly because of all this last hit advantage. You got 9 last hits up on the Windrunner, like 16, and then 20 or 18 on the bottom lane. So every lane winning a pure farm. But we're gonna see a disruption. Split Earth actually misses. Queen of Pain came down here, landed a Scream. Soul Catcher is on him. Morphling's gonna come through. Wand is popped. Chaos Knight goes down to creeps. Queen of Pain gonna use her Sonic Wave. Doesn't actually get a kill. So unfortunately, not able to get any return kills on this bottom lane. Enigma is gonna be able to get some push in, though. Queen of Pain sacrificing that. Eidolon's timeout. And Chaos Knight TP's back in, working his way towards the treads. Deciding not to go the usual bottle route. It seems just Franny that seems to favor that one. He's got his Arcane Boots finished, though. And he's just able to AoE this creep wave down. No points put into Sandstorm, which is to be noted. He's not really being pressured either, so I don't really Find that also that's surprising. Queen of Pain has herself an Invis rune, looking to come forward here. Waiting for the Shadow Demon actually to wrap around. They're gonna go on. They're gonna look to get the Shadow Demon, although he gets Chaos Bolted, and he's gonna go down to the Visage. We're gonna see a Split Earth land on the Chaos Knight. Burrow Strike. Epicenter is gonna be challenged, and that's gonna be. Queen of Pain actually finishes off the Visage, but Burrow Strike on the Queen of Pain, and a Fate Bolt's gonna finish that off, and just like that, things are tied up again. Gives Chaos Knight a nice little influx of money. So he's got his treads finished. Gonna be looking to finish off his bracer pretty soon here. And Enigma is going to get this middle tower here. Gets the last hit on it as well. So Morphling's just got his Aquila and basic boots. Some Shadow Poison coming through as well. A little interesting. I guess as long as it's just the 1 point, I'm okay with it. But normally when you're playing a support, especially in a tri-lane, Shadow Demon, you just want to get as much Soul Catcher as possible. And Enigma actually gets a kill on the Leshrac here in the mid lane. Queen of Pain trying to come in to provide some support. Not really able to, though. Yeah, and we're going to see an Observer Ward being thrown down here. Now both the Sand King and the Enigma are going to rotate up here. We'll look to get a kill on this Windrunner. Visage doing his best to hold it off here, just to get some levels on himself. And Windrunner is just going to pop Windrun and escape. Now we got a dual lane Shadow Demon Morphling down here with a Rubik as well. And just a TP scroll. I thought maybe it was going to be a Bracer. Ring of Health is picked up on the Chaos Knight. He's going to TP mid. Just look to get himself some farm. And we're going to see a huge push up here. And that's going to be going down. However, they are going to need to probably pop Glyph and then just TP. And here we go. We're going to see probably Sand King go pick up. Oh, he just picks up his Blink. They're just going to be willing to sacrifice this tier 1. Edict is going to be popped. Glyph is also going to be used. And Chaos Knight's going to come just to prevent them immediately pushing in this tier 2. And that's what's that is what they're going to do. Here, the Familiars are out. Shadow Demon's going to start throwing some poisons through. And we're going to see a bunch of TPs, but the Dire team should be able to just walk away. And Leshrac actually canceled his TP. Still uses the gold, though. And goes on cooldown. So he won't have that for about 45 seconds now. We're going to see a Shackle actually latch onto the Chaos Knight. He's going to get wave formed on and a Scream and Sonic Wave to finish him off. We are going to see a mech finished by the Enigma, it looks like. And they're going to get this tier 2. And he's going to use the Stone Form just to get their damage back up top. Enigma has his mech finished, and they're just going to look to do a tier 2 push now. Black Hole is back up. They've got Epicenter back up as well. Power Shot's going to come through, look to finish off these Eidolons. They're going to have to back up now. Chaos Knight's coming as well. And the Familiars are just kind of sitting here. Yeah, it needs to back them up. And Sand King just using everything. Familiar's going to come through. Do some damage on the tower. And just whenever they get low, use the Stone Form. Get their damage numbers back all the way up. They're going to ping Sand King. Shadow Poison just kind of scouting things out. They've got a lot of anti-push on this. Well, on both teams, really. They get a Malefice on the Queen of Pain, though. That's going to force her away, and they're just going to look to take this tier 2. Shadow Demon coming forward to try and get a disruption going. But he's just going to get reality rifted. Enigma manages to pop his mech. Black Hole is going to be used. Epicenter is going to go off in the background. Rubik gets a kill on the Shadow Demon. Sand King kills off Leshrac. Morphling goes down to the Chaos Knight. Windrunner finishes off the Enigma. She's going to get taken down as well, though. So that's going to be a very fast. Are they going to look to take this tier 3? No, it looks like everyone's just going to scatter out. Some TP is going to go off. Chaos Knight just coming forward to get himself some bit of farm. And they should probably, look to take this tier 1 bottom. It's going to be so that was a huge team fight. They've got so much team fight that they were able to split it in half, actually. They saw that everyone was split up, so they epicentered into the soft supports, used the black hole on the Morphling, so that everyone was able to pour some right clicks into the Morphling. And here comes the familiars, along with Visage himself and Rubik. Visage is working on a medallion, just to give himself some armor. And Sand King's just able to machine his way through. So that's going to be the tier 1. Chaos Knight picks up the last tail on that. They're just going to look to go straight into a tier 2 push. So we've got 430 GPM, and like the top 3 GPMs are the Dire team. Waveform actually stolen by the Rubik. They're going to pop Glyph. And even though the kills and assists, Queen of Pain's doing quite well. Levels, you've got about a pretty even spread on the levels as well. And they're just going to give up that tier 2. Even though they've still got like just under a minute and a half for the black hole. They have 10 seconds-ish on Epicenter. Medallion is finished, and Vanguard on the Chaos Knight. So he picks that up. And now they're just going to look to do Roshat. Medallion's going to be popped. Sand King is actually tanking that up. He's going to be looking to go for a pipe. And a 4-second stun, along with a Burrow Strike. And Sand King's just going to use his Sandstorm to block. And Enigma's up top here, just kind of keeping the peace. And they have absolutely no idea. I mean, if you look at the Radiant Vision, they've got this here, and that's about it. Like the edges of their base, and that's it. And now that they've got... Oh, Queen of Pain, what are you doing? Scream's going to be stolen by the Rubik. Queen of Pain, you were in such a bad spot. If he managed to steal Blink, you would have been in trouble. He would have blinked forward, telekinesis you backwards. Then it would have been a Chaos Bolt, Reality Rift, and you would have been dead. But they're just going to look to use this to clear out creep waves. Observer Ward's going to be popped down here. Power Shot coming through just to kind of keep everything pushed back. And the Queen of Pain pinging that they need to defend mid. But as it stands now, Enigma's got himself something coming. He's got himself a blink, so he'll be able to do some good blinks. And already, everyone's spread out, not wanting to get caught in a 5-man, 4-man black hole. Telekinesis, Chaos Bolt on the Queen of Pain, Shackle on 2, Split Earth lands. Chaos Knight's going to get taken down, that's Aegis popped. But we're going to see Black Hole on 2. Queen of Pain's going to go down. Chaos Knight finishes off the Shadow Demon. Burrow Strike on the Windrunner. Split Earth on 2. Queen of Pain buys back. Morphling finishes off the Sand King. Sand King buys back right away. Soul Assumption on the Morphling. Visage is going to go down to Poison. Enigma's going to go down to Scream. Leshrac's going to go down to Visage. Familiars. So some good exchanges. I think that was a slight... or I think it was an even fight, actually. Pretty much an even fight. They got a bit of damage in on the tower, but it will slowly regen. But if we look at the gold, it's an ever steadily climbing advantage for the Dire. Experience per minute, gold per minute, still sitting on top. The Morphling is only 290, which is not horrible, but when you consider that there's a almost 400 gold per minute Chaos Knight and over 400 gold per minute Sand King, Morphling's just going to get Burrow Striked on, and then he's just going to blink right out. We've actually Demonic Purge on the Visage, Soul Catcher on him as well. Power Shot's going to come through. And Visage is actually going to be using the Familiars to try and save himself. He eventually goes down to the Shadow Demon, though. Disruption on the Leshrac, though. He gets Split Earth. And he's going to go down to a Burrow Strike. Telekinesis is going to pull him back. Malefice on the Shadow Demon. Reality Rift. And that's going to be a dead Shadow Demon. The second pulse of Malefice, or the last pulse of Malefice, finishes him off. We see a 2-second Chaos Bolt on the Morphling. Shackle Shot on 2. The Familiars stunning him in place, but they're just going to look to take this advantage. And Sand King is bringing himself the recipe for the pipe. And pretty soon here, I imagine they will want to go high ground. Another Vit Booster picked up on the Chaos Knight. That's going to be most likely for a Heart. He's just looking to make himself this tanky initiator. They are not looking to go late game long enough for the Morphling to really be effective. Another Shackle on 2. These Shackles all game. Split Earth on the Chaos Knight. He's going to go down to a Waveform and a Sonic Wave. But now Morphling's in a bit of a bad spot. Chaos Knight buys back. Shackle Shot on the Enigma. And he's going to go down. We're going to see an Epicenter. Rubik's going to get the last hit on the Leshrac. Morphling goes down actually to Rubik stealing Waveform. Disruption on the Rubik. He's just going to Waveform away. And no points in Phantasm actually yet. And when they're looking to be so push-oriented, I'm actually a little shocked by this. Normally you see a point putting in it at 10 and then 11 right away. But he just wants to get these super hard crits. Shackle Shot does not latch. And the Familiars do get taken down. Or he just resummoned them. And they're trying to get this last tower down. They're really going to push this hard. Black Hole is back up. The Blink is up. They've got Epi in about 50 seconds. And now they're going to pop Pipe and they're just going to push it. There you go. Windrunner manages to get the deny. Burrow Strike on the Shadow Demon. He's going to go down to a Waveform from the Rubik. Chaos Bolt, a whole bunch of stuff used on him. Shackle is actually going to latch on an Eidolon and the Enigma. Soul Assumption's going to go through. Queen of Pain actually gets bursted. Chaos Knight, we're going to see a Black Hole on the Leshrac. Doesn't matter. Malefice on the Windrunner. That's going to be a set of racks. Chaos Knight gets himself a triple kill. And unfortunately, No Name just kind of going in with some unfortunate one-by-one situations. They're just going to swing down to this tier 3. Look to take this one as well. There you go. Phantasm is going to be popped. It's only a level 1, unfortunately. But they do have Epi back up. So they use Black Hole, they'll have Epi. They always want to have a team fight ability up. That way, they can keep pushing like this, and nobody really wants to go in on them. We're actually going to see Malefice on the Shadow Demon, Telekinesis on the Queen of Pain. She's going to get a 2-second Chaos Bolt. Visage gets a tower kill. Epi is going to go down. Leshrack's going to come forward with Pulse Nova going. Sonic Wave's going to go down. Leshrack goes down to the Rubik. Windrunner also goes down to the Rubik. Morphling finally finishes off this Rubik. Burrow Strike on the Queen of Pain. Some Soul Assumption's going to go through. They're just going to pull back. Are they going to try and take this Rax? Yeah. Oh, no. Unfortunately, the Urn got cancelled by the Shadow Poison from, well, the Shadow Strike by Queen of Pain. Mech's going to be popped, and they're just going to get out. They took tier 3. They took a set of Rax and 2 tier 3s, actually. So a huge advantage for them. Chaos Knight about 1,000 gold away from that Reaver. Sand King with another 2,000 gold as well. Like, everyone's sitting at about 2,000 gold. Rubik's got himself a Force Staff. He might be looking to pick up a very fast Bloodstone. Allow him to just spam these spells. And we're actually going to see a Yasha picked up by the Chaos Knight. So he just wanted to get the Vit booster to be a little more tanky. Get the Yasha now. Give himself some good damage. Roche will be up in about 2.5 minutes. Actually, no, probably more like a minute 30. Because that right there is like the 2.5 minute mark. Sand King is actually going for a Veil now. So that'll give them even more synergy with the Soul Assumption, with the Epi, the Rubik Fade Bolts, whatever Rubik manages to steal. If he manages to steal a Sonic Wave, and they get like a Veil of Discord Epi Sonic on somebody, that's just going to be ridiculous. Windrunner, using Windrun, hoping to find a Shackle. And Rubik manages to steal Scream of Pain, using Fade Bolt just to kind of pound all this forward. They're going to look to take this second tier 1, and it's going to get denied by Rubik. We're going to see a Shackle, not Latch. Phantasm's going to be popped. And they're actually going to not get a Reality Rift on anything. Malefice is going to be used on the Leshrack, though, and he's just going to get destroyed. Same thing with the Queen of Pain. Do they have buybacks? Yes, Queen of Pain buys back. Leshrack cannot. And nobody else on the Radiant team can. So if anyone else gets picked off, they're just going to look to take bottom racks, though. Queen of Pain's going to come through, do a Shadow Strike, but she's going to get Telekinesis. She's playing so aggressive. What is this Queen of Pain doing? Black Hole on 3. That's going to be a dead Windrunner. That's going to be a dead Shadow Demon. Epi on the Morphling. Visage is going to finish that off with a Soul Assumption. And there you go. They called GG. That was some... I'm going to go ahead and flat out say some sloppy play from the Leshrack. The Leshrack and the Shadow Demon played a little sloppy, and the Queen of Pain kept playing so weird. Kept going forward, getting caught out with Telekinesis, getting Chaos Bolted, and then just getting bursted right away. So EE manages to win Gosu Qualifier. They do, or the Gosu League Qualifier. They secure themselves a spot within the actual Gosu League once group stages start up. And the rest of the teams, unfortunately, will have to come back on Saturday. Hopefully that gives them 2 days to clear up whatever they lost, whatever caused them to lose this bracket. So they hopefully will be able to learn things. And there you go with the 30 seconds, because nobody on the enemy team was connected. And EE wins things by default, essentially. So I was Blightwind, bringing you the round 3 game within the Gosu League qualifier. I hope you enjoyed things. Please subscribe to my Twitch. I'll be streaming again on Saturday. Subscribe to my YouTube, www.youtube.com/Inceadus, INCEADUS, and tune in to Gosu League or Gosu Gamers for all of your Dota needs, along with any other game you happen to be playing, Dota or Diablo 3, Dota 2, Han, StarCraft 2, whatever you look to play. They've got news, they've got streams, they've got VODs for you. I hope you enjoyed things. Please leave me information. Send me a Twitch message if there was something you wanted me to do that I could improve my streaming performance with. And I hope to catch you all later on. Have a good night.